send her a high back?
Sure.
Is it Catty? C-A-T-T-Y?
H-A-D-I.
Oh, H-E-H-E-D-I?
Hattie, yeah.
H-E-D-I.
Sure.
Or H-A-D-I.
Great. Either one of those work. Where's Amy on this? Amy, do you text to Amy?
I didn't text Amy.
Why don't you text Amy? Send a text to Amy. I want to do a mic check.
Yeah, checked in with Amy. I haven't heard back.
How do I go out? Let me just have the phone. There we go.
That's Hattie across the way. I didn't see if she wrote back. I think that's her. Or maybe it is. This is hers.
Yes.
Yeah, right here.
Check, 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 check. Greetings, one and all. We are here at Monument Ice Rinks, and we are about to get started with a warm-up for LP hockey. This is Friday Night Lights coming at you live December 5th, 2025. It's great to have everybody with us today. I don't know how many viewers we've got, but wherever you are and whatever you're doing, we enjoy your presence with us today here on this telecast. We got the Zamboni out there spinning around, and it's finishing up his ice cut. And I can see our boys gathering in the door of the locker room. Locker room number 4 is where they're going to be coming out. I'm motioning to the coach. Give me a high five and a thumbs up. Hattie, the manager, is giving me a thumbs up. So we are live and coming at you. Our boys are getting pumped up in the doorway there as they gather. And really appreciate you joining us tonight. Hopefully we don't have any technological issues like we did yesterday. We got here extra early and we did some mic checks and everything, so we should be good. But I don't want to jinx us. The doors are open, and we're going to get going here soon. We've got a moderate crowd here in the rink, and right before this, we were uplifted by the presence of younglings out there learning how to skate. They had a learn to skate and learn to play hockey session going on. There were 50 kids, no one more than 3 feet tall, and it was awesome. They've got a great youth program here at Monument Ice Rinks. My hat's off to them. They get them in and going early, and I imagine those kids were in the 8 to 9 year old range, and there were 50 of them, and they had 20 coaches out there, so some really good interaction, and it was really fun to watch. We got here and we got to watch their entire session. They're gone, and now the big boys are going to come out, and we're going to see some good action. Here come the zebras. We got 4 wild zebras tonight. No familiar faces, but they're circling and getting their legs warm. I don't see any nets yet. They're going to bring them down out. Oh, there they are. They're lofted. So they're going to bring them out of the loft, and they're going to get them set here. Our LP Rangers are coming out of the locker room now, and they're getting set here in the rink to do introductions. They'll have a warm up, and then we'll have the anthem, and then we'll have a puck drop.
This year's Lewis Palmer Lake Classic will be January 10th.
You're about to see something really cool here. There's a little guy or gal in pink right at the door. You can't see her; she's off camera. But if I could move that camera, which is across ice, put it right on that little kid. She's going to lead the charge coming out of the gate here. This is great. She is in hot pink. You'll see her momentarily, and it's a terrific sight. I love it. By the way, we're gearing up for the Palmer Lake Outdoor Classic that's coming up in January. It's typically the coldest day of the year when we're out there, but yeah, here they come. There's 2 of them. There they go. You're going to be on camera momentarily. And that is a sight to see. You got to love that. Oh, somebody wiped out Britton. Hope he's okay. He's slammed into the boards. Glad he didn't take out one of those ladies that was standing there. But there's a couple of Monument little gals out there, and hope you can see them. It's a terrific thing. Okay, now I'm live. Yep. We were on a time delay there for a second, but we're good now. But you can see the little gals out there. They're warming up with the big boys, and they led the charge coming out of the locker room. That was really great. Okay, so tonight we're playing the Heritage High School team. They're out of Lakewood up in Denver. It's a high school that's southwest Denver, and they've got several schools just like we do playing into their program up there. They come into this game 0 and I believe 2. Let me check my stats here. Yeah, they're 0 and 2. They lost to Cherry Creek on November 28th, 5-1. Cherry Creek's a hot program this year. They're doing well, and they also lost to Denver East, another significant program up there in Denver. So they come in 0 and 2. Our Lewis Palmer Rangers are 1-1-1. They started the season tying a team that came down to play, and they won one, and then yesterday, if you tuned in, they dropped that one to the team way up in Boulder, and that's a really good program that they got going up there at that high school, and they came out victorious 3-0 yesterday. So hopefully we get a better result tonight. We got 3 minutes on the clock for a warm-up, and I'm doing a head count here. They're about even staffed on both sides, and I would dare say that the Heritage team is a little bit bigger in stature. Hope that doesn't play in any degree of significance. But Heritage came down tonight and saw them warming up. There's some big kids out there. Looking across the rink here, number 44 is, he might be 8 feet tall. I don't know. That's a man, not a boy. Weather here today was a little bit overcast, but it was better than a couple of days ago when we got some snow. I think we're going to get a little bit more snow over the weekend, but nothing significant. It's that time of year when you never know what's going to happen weather-wise. Our boys are warming up. I didn't get a roster ahead of time, but we're going to pick that up here in just a little bit.
You got it.
So they got 2 keepers down there, just like we do. We got 2 keepers staffed. We'll see who gets the start. The keeper that's in there right now, he's wearing number 44, Jameson. Is that correct? I don't know. It might be a duplicate digit. I see a number 44, so yeah, that could be Jameson in the goal. I didn't know he played goal. I'm learning in real time, just like everybody else in the world. By the way, this setup is a little bit different today. We've got the camera set up in the stands. You can see that live, and I am about 50 feet to the left of the camera, standing up in a loft. So that's what's happening here. And our boys are winding down. We got 1 minute left on the warm-up clock. And then we will have the national anthem and we'll be underway. You are not going to be able to see the scoreboard, so I'm going to call that out through the course of the game. It's right over my right shoulder. Okay, our boys are gathering down here, and here come the little ladies in their pink jerseys. That's so great. I wonder what they're going to do here. They might get, I wonder who's going to get the start on that squad. There we got a number 7 and a number 4. Got to hear the cheer. They're standing right below me at the net. And our boys are going to go ahead and gather over by the bench, and the starting lineup is going to stay out on the ice. Heritage is gathering themselves, and the ladies, they're going to stay out there. I guess they're going to get the start too.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on.
We're going to listen to the introduction now in rink.
George Henry. Comes to us all the way from Lincoln, Colorado. Here net for the Eagles, number 5, Hendrik Schwartz. On defense, number 2, Anton Hobbit. Defense, number 18, Mara Gassman. And on forward, number 6, Mason Gates. On forward, number 7, Luke Simon. On forward, number 92, Zach Booth.
Okay, there's the lineup for the Heritage Eagles.
And on the home side of the ice, a very special welcome and introduction to our Junior Kid of the Week from the Colorado Rampage Hockey Association, Kira Clark.
There she comes, number 7. Charging to center ice. You gotta love that.
And Joseph Warlock.
And there's the second one. That's terrific.
And your Rangers starting lineup in net with number 33, Jay Swan. On defense, number 18, Luke Radden. On defense, number 47, Travis Moore. Back forward, number 5, Sebastian Sack. 14, Colin Saber. Number 40, Trey Whitten.
There's your starting lineup for the LP squad. Moore, Vaughn, Britton, Sass, Bradley, and Saber. And then, of course, the 2 lovely ladies that are joining us from the Rampage hockey program. Number 7, number 4. I didn't get their names before the game, but they're the cutest things in the world. Okay, we're going to pause for the national anthem.
Performing tonight, Lewis Farm High School sophomore, Ryan Anderson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
I am uplifted. That was an excellent rendition of the national anthem. That was terrific. Okay, we are 44 minutes past the hour, and looks like we're going to get underway here soon. And got our starting lineup out there. The Zebras are circling. And we're gathering ourselves at the benches and on the ends of the ice rink from wherever you are in the world. Thank you again for joining us this evening for Friday Night Lights, indoor here at the Monument Ice Rinks. Did notice that there are a couple of females on the Heritage. That's good to see. One has taken the ice, and she's going to get the start tonight for the Heritage Club. We got a pretty good fan base tonight. I just looked over there, and some more people have gathered in the stands. And there's a lot of people on the boards. The Zebra is giving a thumbs up here. Clock's going. We're underway. Okay, so it drops back to Bradley, who moves it over to Moore, back to Bradley, and it's going to work up near ice. Goes past Colin. He chipped it, so no icing. It's going to go down behind the goal. Sass is going to pick it up. We got a chip shot here, and it works it through center back to Bradley, who's going to scoot it through the. And he scores! He scored! They didn't even start the clock. Look at this. They scored within 20 seconds. Bradley did a rifle shot, and he is going over for some love at the bench. That is a great way to start. 1-0, LP. That was instantaneous. And if you're looking for stats, they didn't even start the clock. So we're still got 17 minutes on the clock here. We're back underway. The clock is still not rolling. Somebody needs to get a handle of that. It's working down the boards. I think they're going to keep the trying to work over and get that fixed. Still got 17 minutes. I wonder if we're going to play all night. Okay, Saber scoots that back up to a waiting Sass. He's going to go take a blow on the bench, and it works back to Heritage. I'm not going to be able to give you the time because I don't know the official time. Hopefully they get the clock fixed. Okay, we're getting some fresh legs out there. Clark comes off. He's on defense. Drops back to Bailey. He gets dumped in the front there. Chipping around in traffic, and Heritage is going to clear the zone. They're going to work it down here, and they're going to go for a line change. Here comes Clark. He works it over to a waiting Gallagher. He's going to poke it up the boards. Chipped around mid-ice. Bantel works it up the near boards. He's got it again. He's going to go for a shot. Goes just a little bit wide. I don't know if they'll call that as a shot. Black is trying to pick it up. Gallagher works it down to the corner. A couple of our guys are going to change up. Out comes Rowe. Out comes Tracy. And we've got, still working the numbers. So we got Helland out there. Okay, Rowe's going to try to take a block. Vaughn picked that up out of the sky. He shut it down. Okay, they got the clock fixed. We got 15 minutes and 15 seconds on the board there, but great start. We're up 1-0. It's not on the board yet, but that is the official score. That works back to Clark, who's going to scoot it around to Helland, who's going to pass it up to the other player. That chips around back to Clark. He's going to try to clear the zone. That scoots past the Heritage player. Helland gives chase, but it goes out of the zone, but Heritage pushes it back in, so no offsides. Working it back and forth. Heritage is going to grab that and do a couple of cross-ice passes. Bradley's able to pick that up easy. Scoots it up to a waiting Rowe, who's going to make a break for it. Centering pass, chips around, goes behind the net. Back over to the corner. A couple of players are coming together there. And I'm gonna call out the Monument Gulch. There's a famous crease over there on the east end of the boards. Puck goes in there, and sometimes it doesn't even come out. You can't even see it anymore. Gotta love that architectural feature. Saber picks it up. He's gonna work it in. He's gonna take a shot. Goes just wide. He's gonna scoot it back to a waiting. It's hard to see through the net here, but that's gonna clear the zone. It's gonna work down to Bradley, whose poke check keeps it out of the zone. Their number 11 works it in. Saber's gonna go and harass them. Gonna work around the boards here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm gonna check the monitor. Shot from Heritage goes up into the net for a stoppage of play. Vaughn's been able to pick up some things. He had a tremendous game yesterday. That team that we played against, Boulder, they're a pretty stacked team. They got some skills, and Vaughn kept us in the game the whole way. So hats off to Vaughn. He had a tremendous game yesterday. Okay, I'm being summoned for a question. Huh? Yeah, we're being asked if we can have another cameraman up here. This is the media zone, so they're always invited. Britton shoots it across to Black, who's going to break up with Saber. Black just shoots it in for a dump and chase. Works over to Sass. Britton's going to try to get it to Saber. Working over behind the net. Heritage breaks out of the zone. We're in the midsection there. Heritage gets a shot off, just goes just wide. That's a pretty good shot. Here comes Clark. He's going to work it up on a solo effort. He gets punched to the boards and he wears one of the pads there. That was a good defensive play. He's going to go in for round number 2. Gains the zone. He drops it over to a nice shot. That was a rifle shot. Really good teamwork there. Excellent pass from Clark. Worked over to Bantal, and Bantal got off a rifle. Nice little shot there, chipping around. Again, we're up 1-0 is the official score. LP is on top. Centering pass. It's chipping around center. It's real easy to see right below us here, so we're going to be able to call the play on this end much better than the other end. Heskett comes off the bench. We got Lent out there that's giving chase up the wall there. Cross ice pass goes near boards, and he's going to work it down to the corner. Their number 6 works it back to the number 5, chipping around behind the net. Lent picks it up, tries to pass to a waiting Bradley. Now he clears, shoots it across to. I'm still learning these numbers. Lou. Bradley's going to come back, and a couple of players are going to come together at the boards there. Centering pass goes right through the crease. Nobody's able to get a shot off on the Heritage squad. There's time. He's going to work it back to Bradley. He just scoots it right up the boards. Not able to clear the zone. We had some trouble with this just yesterday. So hopefully we can do a better job today. Behind the net here, working around. They're setting up. The Heritage squad's setting things up pretty well. Our number 15, that's Lent. I think the blue line just reached up and grabbed him, tripped him up. Okay, we got a starting line out there. That works back to a waiting Moore. He's going to work it up to Sass. Gains the zone, centering pass, nobody home. Britton trying to pick that up. Here comes Saber off the bench. He's breaking for the puck. And Heritage is just going to work it out of the zone. They're going for a line change. Saber's trying to get a hold of it. Breakout for Heritage. Nice shot, really low. Vaughn was able to pick that up, and it goes way high, almost hit the ceiling. We got a little bit of space here above us. It's not a tremendous amount, but it's better than some rinks. Their number 13 tries a centering pass. It's going to get picked up, go wide. The boys are having a little bit of a hard time clearing the zone again. Hopefully they're able to improve that. All right, puck's chipping around. Moore shoots it back over to a waiting Saber who tries to chip it up. That goes into the net. Whenever the net gets involved, we get a timeout. We've got 10 minutes on the clock in the first period. No penalties as of yet. That's good. Okay. Back underway. The puck gets lofted up. Comes back to a waiting Clark. Shoots it over to Bradley. He fans on it. So Heritage is chipping it around. They're getting some good centering passes, so they're going to have to watch out. The score for Bradley is the only one on the board still. He scored I'd say 20 seconds into the game. Vaughn's trying to chip that around. He cooks it over to Bantow, who's going to shoot it up the boards. Got a little bit of a breakout here. I thought that was a hook, but no whistle. The ref was right there. Clark's got it. He's going to walk the line, go up, gain the zone, maybe. Helland is hunting for the puck. Got our second line out there. Moore's working back, tracking the play. There's Helland. He's going to try to take the puck away from, gets dropped back. Nice little move there for a breaking player. It's going to be the crease. They're connecting on some pretty good passes. They just haven't been able to put it home just yet. Shot goes high. Vaughn puts that over off of his left, or up of his right shoulder. Pass to number 16, works over to the corner. Black's trying to push him against the boards. Centering pass, very dangerous. Vaughn's able to pick that up. Vaughn's doing a really good job picking these shots up, and there's some players that come together because, well, as I mentioned yesterday, whenever you touch the keeper, you're going to get some flavor. Here comes line number 1. We got Britton, Sass, Black, Saber, and Moore. Vaughn's doing a really good job picking these shots up. Moore works it around to Saber, who's going to chip it ahead to himself. Works it up to Britton. Saber's tracking. That was a nice, juicy rebound, but nobody was there to pick it up and send it home. That's going to go right on net. Vaughn puts it back to Black, who works it around to Sass. Saber's there. He's going to work it up solo to Britton. Now Saber's going to work it over to Sass, back over to Britton. A little bit off. That goes to the corner. Heritage is going to do a breakout. They're just going to dump and chase. Here comes a shot. Nice little play there, and Vaughn was able to track that the whole way. Dangerous play. That was a nice Heritage. They're playing well. The score does not reflect accurately how they're playing. They're doing some nice plays right down here in front of us, and Vaughn has been able to pick up every one of them, and he's getting some love for it. Good job, Vaughn. He tracked that the whole way. Okay, we got a puck drop on our end, our defensive end, chipping around on the legs. Bradley shoots that up, and it goes into the zone. No icing. That works around the boards on the east end. And we got some chipping around over there. 7 minutes left on the clock in the first period. Clark shoots that over to Bradley, who's trying to work it up the boards. That player that was just standing there, it just ran into his legs. That'll stop it every time. Hot shot. Vaughn goes ahead and covers. I would say that shot differential is in Heritage's favor at the moment. Zebras are breaking up some players that are coming together right in front of our goal here. And then we got some boys standing right below us here. Okay, Black is able to pick that up and work it around to Gallagher. Couldn't escape the zone, so it goes over to the corner. There's Bantow. He's going to work it out of the zone up to awaiting Bradley, who just bats it out of the sky. Bantow goes for a line change. Heskett's out there. He's working around. His harassment is successful. Works through center ice, and here comes Lent, who's going to get some minutes on the ice here. He's giving chase, goes right to the point. Moore pokes it ahead, goes back behind the net. Works through the Monument Gulch, the famous Monument Gulch. Moore's doing a good job keeping that into the zone. Works up to a waiting Heritage player who's going to break out. He's going to come down and try for a shot himself. Deke move, not successful, but good idea on Heritage. That works back up to Lent. Going to get a line change. Out comes Bradley. We got Time who's going to come out, and Britton's back out there. Bradley bats that out of the sky. gets caught up in the skates of a Heritage player, works over the Heritage player, just fanned on that one. Back to Bradley. He's going to poke it up into the net for a stoppage of play. If he did that in the NHL, which we hope he achieves one day, we're counting on you, Bradley. If he did that in the NHL, that would be a 2-minute penalty for delay of game, but not at this level. Just a stoppage of play for a face-off. Heritage tries for a short side shot. Good idea, but Vaughn picked that up. Shut it down. Okay, out on the ice, we got Time Saber, Sass, Britton, Bradley, and Vaughn. Back underway, goes to the point. Another shot. Goes off the right pad of Vaughn. They're getting some really good shots. I'm impressed with the quality of Heritage's shots. They just haven't been able to connect just yet. Centering pass goes right at Vaughn. He was able to pick that up, but a nice turn and shoot. Again, Heritage is getting some really good opportunities here. We got 5 minutes left on the first period. The time is leaking off the clock here rapidly. That one scoots around the boards to a waiting Sass, who's not able to get it out of the zone. Bouncing around, very dangerous. Went to the Heritage player that was breaking for the net. Another shot. They are really getting it on net. Vaughn he has showed up for the game today. Black works that up to Sass. Saber's going to break, and he gets control of it and tries to push it back to Sass, and it goes through the traffic to Heritage. Heritage goalie's not going to get he's not getting a whole lot of a workout. Hopefully that changes. Heritage is going to work that down the near side boards. They have another centering pass, excellent pass. Just can't. They have not been able to get it through the traffic just yet. Clark shoots that up to Sass, who's trying to poke it over the line. It's been a lopsided thing. They're spending a lot of time on our offensive end. Another save from Vaughn. That works off some legs. We just cannot clear the zone. I'm sure the coach is going to give them some. That gets whistled because there was no touch, even though it hit the zebra. He's not included in the lineup, so it's going to come down to the west side of the rink for a face-off for icing. All right, face-off goes LP's way. We'll take it. It's working through there. There's some lumber out on the rink. Somebody picks that up. Nice low shot through traffic. Another centering pass. They're getting a lot of opportunities, I'm telling you. Moore's working that up through the center. Moore's going to work that back up. He gets tripped, no call. Should have been a penalty there, but denial of service. That's going to work back down and the hands up for an icing, so that's going to go clear the other end. Again, we're at Monument Ice Rinks, right here at Monument, 7,200 feet elevation. Nice little rink. There's two rinks. They're not in the same building. There's an east and a west pad. And we're on the east pad tonight, which is the, of the two, it's the better one. But we have been a part of the Monument Ice Rink scene for, that's almost 6 years now. We came down here from Denver, and so we are familiar with this facility. And the facility is been around since about 2006, I think, is the year that it got going. And it's headed by a guy named Al Peterson. If you can look him up, he was actually in the NHL. He was a Boston Bruin for a period of time. So he's our famous ice hockey guy right here, and he runs a great program here. He's tremendous with getting kids like the ones that were out there before we got started tonight with this game. he is tremendous with them. He chases them around with lightsabers. But really fun. And it's been a pleasure to be a part of this program. Okay, we had some action down there in front of our goal. I would count that as a shot, and the Heritage keeper was able to cover that up. Again, the score is 1-0 LP. Bradley, he scored 20 seconds into the game with a lightning rod of a shot from the blue line, and just got past that keeper. I guess he wasn't ready, and we got on the board first. And that's good, because this Heritage team is showing some pretty good spirit and life. Okay. That puck drop goes Heritage's way, and they're going to work it down through center ice. Dangerous play, but Black was able to back check that. Saber's going to pick this one up, and he's looking for an outlet pass for a breaking Bradley. A couple of players come together. Hand is not up. No penalties so far. There's that Monument Gulch. Got to love that. Couldn't see the puck for a second. I don't know why it is they can't fix that here. It's I don't know. Maybe it's just baked into the equation now. Everybody knows it. Saber fans on it. Still working around. Shot. Gets picked up through traffic. The Heritage player goes and fans on it. Hand is up. That's going to go clear for icing, but Heritage player got upended right in front of Vaughn here. He took a hit in the back, and no call. But the icing got called, and this is going to come all the way down to the west end of the rink for a puck drop. We got 2 minutes left on the clock in the first period. Puck drop goes LP's way. There's a waiting Gallagher who's going to push it up to Bradley. Oh, that's Bailey. He gets crunched on the boards. Good defensive play there. Sometimes you want to play the man instead of the puck, and that's what happened there. Working back to Moore, who kicks it back up to Gallagher, goes back to the same corner it came from. Bailey gets upended. These boys are starting to show some chippy play. Heritage has been much better about clearing their zone, much better. They've been able to clear it out rather successfully. Centering pass goes right into the glove of Heritage, who picks that up and says, no can do. Here comes the starting lineup. Saber, Time, Black, and Sass and Britton. This is the line that'll probably finish the first period. Puck drop, bounces around there in the corner, goes back to Black, who's going to fire it through traffic, kicks over to the corner. Here comes a Heritage player that's going to break out. It's a 2-on-1 situation, and just off a Black stick. Good back check there. He's able to pick that up. We've been getting pretty lucky on those. They've had some dangerous plays, I tell you. Working up the boards and out. The snow slows it down. Saber's going to break out. He's going to go for a shot. Goes right through the glass behind the net. A little bit of a lofty shot there. Here comes Heritage the other way. They're going to pass it, and it's still chipping around. Vaughn was able to pick that up. He went down in his butterfly mode, and good play on Vaughn's case. That goes up into the net. We're going to get a stoppage of play. Line change, this one's going to finish the period. They're going to end up having 24 seconds on the clock to finish out the period here. Coach Bradley's coaching the guys up on the bench. He's talking to Tracy down there. I don't know what's being said, but Bantal gets excused from the face-off, replaced by Bailey, who goes in. The puck goes over down the line. They're not able to gain the zone. Hopefully our boys can go down there and get another shot off. That'd be nice before the end of the period. It's chipping around. We got 11 seconds left. My wish is not going to be granted. Well, Moore's going to try to go and get it. Yep, he got one low, but just a little bit wide. And the period is going to be done. This one's going to go in the books after the first period, 1-0. Good spirit both ways. There this is a pretty even game so far, I'd say. But Heritage came to play. You could see that in their activity and action. The boys are going to go to the locker room, and we're going to get the Zamboni out here to do a few donuts on the ice. We got both of our captains out there talking to the Zebras, making a case of some kind. Not sure what that discussion was about, but our boys are going to go in and discuss it further while the Zamboni comes out and does its thing. Thanks again for joining us today. Let's see who we got here. We got 13 viewers. Appreciate you joining. And interestingly enough, look at this. How about this? We got somebody tuning in from Cordoba, Argentina this evening. How about that? Cordoba, Argentina, a hockey fan, whoever you are from Cordoba. Appreciate you joining us. I didn't know we had fans down there, but good on you. I don't know anything about the hockey on your end, but we appreciate your support from your far-flung location. I'm going to go back to one of my comments yesterday. I don't know if you were watching the Avalanche game. I caught the tail end of it after the joy that I got to experience in the Denver traffic yesterday after the Boulder game was horrendous. But I caught the last 5 minutes, and unfortunately, they fell. That was their second loss of the season. They fell to the New York Islanders. Played a hell of a game, but that is their second loss in regulation this year at their level. Avalanche are having a tremendous season. I think I jinxed them, though, with my comment, unfortunately. But they're going to face the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to see some super high-level hockey, tune into that. The Avalanche are they are on fire at their level. They're really fun to watch this year. That is the team that I think could go all the way. That's where I'd put my money anyway. I want to say again, we've got the Palmer Lake Outdoor Classic coming up in January, and if you're unfamiliar with that, it is an event that takes place on the lake of Palmer Lake. It gets frozen over, and they smooth it out, and they have this is going to be the 5th year running for this, and it is increased in popularity over the last few years, and it's been really fun to watch that increase because it just makes for a tremendous venue. It's right there at the foothills at Palmer Lake, and there's fireworks, there's outdoor fair, there's food trucks, and 4 teams come together from around the Colorado Springs area, and they match up out there. It's not a full rink; it's kind of like an exhibition rink, if you will. We can't put, we haven't been able to get true boards and glass out there, but it's been a tremendous event. And if you are in the area, you got to put it on your calendar. I don't know the exact day. The 5th is ringing in my head. I don't have it in front of me, but you can find that out online. You want to look up Palmer Lake Outdoor Classic. It's a great thing, and I hope you can join us. It's really fun. And if you do come out for it, make sure you do like 4 or 5 layers, because it is really cold there in the bowl of Palmer Lake. So something to think about. Okay, I'm going to go on mute here for a second, and we're going to watch the Zamboni do its thing, and I'll come back online in a few minutes, all right? Talk to you soon. Hey folks, coming at you live again from Monument Ice Rinks. Zamboni's still out there doing its thing, but it's nearing completion. No signs of life from either team. They're still in the locker room talking things over. But hey, I want to introduce you to somebody here who's joining me in the broadcast booth tonight. It's not often we get a visitor like this, but we've got a very special guest. Come on up in here.
It's a pleasure to be up here, Mike. I think I've hit about maybe 15 to 20 Rampage games, and I'd say this one really is a pretty good highlight for tonight. I've been following it. I think the Eagles have been doing a pretty darn good job of fielding it down here, but Chase Vaughn has really been the savior of the race.
Yeah.
He's been doing a hell of a good job.
I agree. He's been doing. He showed up for tonight's game. Well, let me do a proper introduction. It's not often we get an emperor in our midst, but
I left all my imperial robes way down in the back, but I did come up on the train. We got up here yesterday from San Francisco. It's worth coming up here to see just even one game, let alone it's wonderful to watch Colin, my great-great-grandson.
Yeah, this is a family member. Captain Rick Saber, also known as Emperor Norton, came to see us from the far-flung location of San Francisco. It just goes to show you we've got a pretty wide fan base. We're stretched out all over the place, and he came all the way in from San Francisco to help me call the game tonight. It's awesome to have you here and joining us in the broadcast booth.
It's been wonderful following Colin's progress for, what is it now, 10 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time. They start these kids at age 4.
Yep.
So, yeah, 10 plus years. All the boys that are out there, they've been playing since they were 4 or 5 years old.
And they are really crackerjack right now. I remember Colin took me out on the ice one night and said, "Hey, Uncle Rick, try and do a little backwards bit." I think I suffered for about 3 months with a cracked elbow.
I remember that night.
Oh my God!
That was fun. He challenged you to that, and well, Rick's he doesn't shy away from damn near anything, and he didn't shy away from that one.
Well,
he faced that one down, but he paid for it.
I did play hockey, but it was just a scratch team. It was pilots and flight attendants, and if we had a team winning, they had to turn over some of their good players, and it was a lot of fun. However, we always started with a party, and at the end, we ended with a party. Lots of times,
that's
at
the real
first
game of
party,
hockey.
never got to the ice rink, and we always got it after everybody was closed out. So I have some experience with it.
The party took over ice time.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, that just watching the kids, I only wish I had started it a lot earlier.
Yeah, every one of the kids that's out here playing tonight, they started way early in life, and that's what you got to do for this game. If you join too late, the ship has already sailed, and it just goes to show what we saw before our boys took the ice tonight. They had the little guys out there, and that's when they start. They start really, really early, and they get the feel of the skates in the game, and it just kind of works and develops over time. And we got to see that here. We didn't have it filmed, but it was tremendous to watch. They have a tremendous program here.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching them. And, you know, even as small as they are and as beginning as they are, they were darn good.
Yeah, they were adept.
Yeah.
They had 4 things going on, around the rink, and they had roughly 15 in each corner. And they were drilling them, and they were doing a really great job. It's fun to watch.
Well, thanks for inviting me up here, Mike. I'd come up here anytime to see him.
It's good to have a friend in the booth with us tonight. Rick and I go way, way back. We've been banging around for a long time, haven't we?
Well, I think I remember you when you weren't even old enough to be on skates.
Yes. Yeah, Rick and I go way back. But it's great to have Rick in the booth with me tonight, and he's going to join me up here for the second period. Zebras are coming out. They're going to get the nets in place, and I can see the boys gathering at each one of the each one of the doors. See a few players gathering in the door of the LP locker room. And here they come. The Rangers are coming out of the locker room ready to take the ice again. I want to call out a few of our sponsors. We want to call these folks out. Their support of our program is tremendous. This is not a cheap thing that's going on ahead of us. Hockey is one of those more expensive things. And so our sponsors are near and dear to our hearts. And I want to call out a few. O'Malley's, they're over in Palmer Lake, and it's the O'Malley's Steak Pub in Palmer Lake, where you grill your own steak to perfection in a friendly, laid-back atmosphere. They're open 365 days a year, so if you're ever in town and you want a good steak, you want to go over to O'Malley's. Also want to call out Jennifer Brown with the Fletcher Team Realty. She's a Colorado Springs native since 2013, serves the Pikes Peak region, and is certified as a luxury home marketing specialist and military relocation professional. Tremendous support from those two entities. They're always out there. They're big supporters of the PLOC that's coming up in January. Very much appreciate our sponsors. I want to call them out. We're about to get underway here in the second period. Our boys are going to change ends. They're going to be moving right to left this period, and that's going to be for the whole period. It'd be weird if they changed over. Sabres gives a love tap to Vaughn. Vaughn, we want to call him out again. He has had a tremendous game so far. Boys are slapping on the boards from either side, and puck drop. Yeah. Any second, there we go. That goes back to Heritage's way, and they're going to work it up the near side boards, chipping around center ice. They're going to get a shot off, and they score. Just like the first period, they scored 20 seconds into the second period. Hot shot coming down the wing, and that went right through 5-hole back of the net, and we're tied up 10 seconds into the second period. Not the way we wanted to start coming out of the locker room. Our boys are slumped over as they go crawling over the wall. We're going to get the second line out there. Heritage is showing some good spirit now. Back to Heritage, works across the ice, and it's going to go up the near side boards over the blue line. Working around, they're going to call that out on the intercom here. That was a really quick goal. Tied it up. It goes end around, and a couple of players go into each other over by the Heritage boards. Heritage is still spirited about that goal, and they should be. That was some quick action out of the locker room. A couple of players that simultaneously blow a tire. It's working through, chipping around. Vaughn's picking that up. He's butterflied and covers it up. And then we got Time that just shoved a Heritage player up against the glass. I guess they were not getting along after that play. I don't know what happened, but they're getting talked to, both of them. They come over and they kiss and make up. Time gets his stick back. There's that is actually Clark who gets a stick. I thought that was Time. It was actually Clark. No call on the play, but the Zebras got him separated, and they talked to him for sure. Head Zebras pulling it out of the zone, I guess, for the infractions that took place down there at the end boards. Britton's going to take that puck drop. He's going to take it himself through center ice. He's going to try for a shot, gets shoved right off of the puck. Good defensive play on Heritage's side. Heritage fans on that, chips up high. We got to clear the zone because that escaped for just a hot second. Chipping up, goes around, and we got a high stick. Again, we're 1-1 in the second period. Just over a minute has leaked off the clock. And we are going to be back underway. Haven't spent a whole lot of time down here on the offensive end this period. Hope that changes up. Dump and chase. There's one of the lady hockey players. Bradley pokes that across to Moore. Tried to poke it back in. Here comes Saber. He's going to work it down the wing himself. Goes for a shot, short side. Britt Sass was breaking for it, and he fanned on the rebound shot. Nice idea from Saber. That goes way high up into the glass. It's going to break down, and no icing, because that was a shot on Heritage, and it went clear down the other end. Heskett's there trying to pick it up. A couple of players come together there. Right there in the corner. Heritage is trying to break through. Nobody home. They were doing a line change. 1-1 is the score. Chipping around. Clark works that up to center ice. Chips it ahead to a player that goes right by the Lent's going to pick it up. Working around. Back to Lent in the corner. It's looking for a pass. Centering pass. Gets picked up in traffic. Shot. Got Lou giving chase over there. Back to Clark. Works it over to Lou. Gets a shot off. Chips wide. Heritage goalie is way out. Works back to Clark. He's going to work it up to Black. We got a lot of people out there, and they're going to get called for it. Too many men on the ice. We're going to get a 2-minute timeout for that. We had a lot of guys out there in the ice, and somebody's going to have to pay for that infraction. Okay, this penalty kill is going to be brought to you by Cat Wagner Rents. It's the cat rental store, your authorized Caterpillar dealer, serving Colorado Springs since 1976. Heavy equipment rentals is their game. So if you're looking for superior customer service for any job site challenge, you want to go to Cat Wagner Rents. Got 2 minutes on the penalty here, and Gallagher is going to serve that infraction. We got Britton, Saber, Moore, and Bradley's back there. Going to work this the front end of this penalty kill. Again, brought to you by Cat Wagner Rents. If you're wondering a way to spill time off the clock, which is the goal in these penalty kills, you can send that vulcanized 6-ounce piece of rubber all the way down the ice to kill time off the clock. Saber's going to pick that up and he's going to chip it ahead. Not far enough though. That's going to work center ice through the neutral zone. Vaughn's going to go out and he's just going to cover that up. 1 minute, 10 seconds left on the penalty kill here. 13 minutes left on the clock. What do you think, Crutch?
I think it's doing real well. I'm just a little surprised about the Eagles coming back one so fast. However, it shows they're both pretty darn good teams. It's an exciting game.
Yeah, it's good back and forth. That's what we like in this game. Good even match. We got it tonight.
I'd say.
Some touch and go there, but Heritage has got possession of it, and they push it back to the blue line. Going to work it up. Vaughn was able to pick that up. Goes right off his chest to the end boards. Heritage is getting. They're getting some good time there in the offensive end. Our boys again, they're having some hard time getting it cleared out of their defensive end. Gets picked up in traffic. LP team likes that. That goes up into the glass way high. Chipping around, we got another 20 seconds left on this penalty kill. Works over to a wide open Heritage. That goes off of I could hear it from here, the thunk off of the goalie's stick. Dropped it right down in front of him, and he was able to pick it up. So what's the youth hockey like out there on the West Coast there, Crunch? You tracking that closely?
I don't have enough time. And I can never follow that puck.
Well, I'm sure there are some programs out there. And I know that they've got some professional team out there. They've got the San Jose Sharks. Low shot goes just wide. Gallagher comes belching out of the penalty box. We're back 5-on-5 hockey. Saber is chasing around. He's lost his stick. So I could see it laying around out there. He's going to go pick it up. Got to have a stick to play this game. That chips up. Saber's going to break for it, but it was just out of his reach. He's harassing that player who shoots it up. That's the hand was up, but it comes down. It doesn't go full length. Little back and forth action there, right there in the neutral zone. Works up. Clark shoots that right down the boards, and he gets upended for it. Yeah, it's 1-1. Almost midway through the second period. Nice little action there. Backhand goes right into the pads of Vaughn, who dropped down to his junior fleck mode, and he was able to pick that up. All right, we're going to get a line change. Out comes Tracy. We got Helen, Moore, Black, and it looks like Rowe's going to stay out there. Okay, we're back underway. Shipping around, and again, we're having a hard time getting it out of our zone. Tracy wasn't able to shove that clear down. It's going to drop back to Rowe. Bounces right off of one of the Eagles' skates, and it scoots down to Vaughn, who picks it up and shuts it down. Top line's going to come back out. See if they can turn away. Rowe's showing some frustration over there near the bench. He shot it right into the Heritage player's feet, and that got back down into Vaughn's zone. Boys are having a hard time again getting it out of the zone. Centering pass goes right through the crease. Very dangerous. Again, Heritage is getting a lot of opportunities here. Upended, and a few players are going to come together. Saber got upended. That looked like a roughing to me, but no call, and it keeps on going. And Heritage is able to push it past Vaughn into the back of the net. I think our boys are still frustrated about the no call over there on Saber, who got, I think I saw the shiny blades of his skates flying above his head, and he's actually talking to the ref over there. He's pleading his case, and those typically go one way, the Zebras' way, but that looked like a missed call to me. But looks like we've got they've gone a little too heavy on the scoreboard. They're going to have to fix that. It is 2-1 Heritage. They scored with 10 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock in the second period, so they are up 1 point. And they're going to go ahead and fix that. They're cycling through all the digits. Maybe they'll go up to 99. What do you think?
Got me surprised.
It's 11-1 right now. Hopefully they get that fixed. Here comes Bantal. He's going to work it through the center ice and poke it up on the offensive end, give it chase. See if the forecheck is successful. So far it is not. Here comes Heritage breaking out. Heritage has come out of the locker room, and they're showing some flavor here in the second period. I don't think we've lodged one shot. There's a shot right there.
Wow.
Nice centering pass from Bailey to a waiting Gallagher.
That
and
was
it
beautiful.
just went wide. That was very close. Still 11-1 Heritage. That's going to be a tough one to come back from. Chipping around. Nice little teamwork there from Bailey to Gallagher. Through center ice we go. 11 gets a rifle of a shot off that goes clear through the zone. That was a really good shot, just went wide. And our boys need to have a heavier hand to get it out of the zone. They're having a hard time with that. Working it up the boards. That goes up into the bench and almost takes out one of the Heritage coaches' heads. What do you think? Do you think they ought to fix the scoreboard?
I would hope so. At first, it was the person with the timer off.
Yeah, we had a timer issue in the first period, and the second period, they're showing a heavy hand to
That's a
the
long
away
17
team.
minutes.
I mean, I know about hospitality, but that's a little bit too much. Okay, our top line is working through the center zone. Sabres giving chase to a bouncing puck. Our boys clear, and they couldn't touch up fast enough. Bradley was working in, and he could not get possession and work it down.
Hey, they got the scoreboard fixed.
Hey, now it's 2-1. Britton's going to go for that face-off. Chips ahead to Sabre, who's going to break through the corner. He does a centering pass. Britton is there for a rifle of a shot on the rebound. Sabre got it center. It went through a waiting Sass, and Britton was giving chase, and he was able to get it through. Sabre's looking for an outlet. Oh! Fanned
God,
on the
that
play.
was
That was
a
right
real
past
setup.
Sass's stick. They had a couple of really good opportunities there. Right out of Sabre's reach. It's going to work down through center ice the other way. Rifle of a shot goes right up into Vaughn's glove. He picked it up. That was a good save.
It was.
Sabres talking to the lead ref again. Pleading some sort of other case. He says, take that up with the shop steward. Sabre back to the bench. Have a wholesale line change. Over to Gallagher, who's going to work it up the boards and out. Off the zebra. Shot goes right into the legs of a Heritage player. Mantel's looking for an outlet right in front of the goal. He points it. Shot goes into the skates again. It's getting batted around. Mantel gets upended over in the corner. Got some chippy play going on here. Able to maintain zone. Good job, Moore. Tries for a shot. Looking for a nice little pass there.
What
And,
a setup, almost.
That was very close.
Good
Our boys
teamwork.
are connecting on the pass. They just can't
Yeah.
finish it off. That goes all the way through. It looks like it was touched, barely. A couple of players are coming together there. Helen keeps it in the zone. This is getting a little bit more physical.
Noted that, yeah.
Here comes Bradley, who's going to go on a solo effort. He just gets upended. He gets a little bit of butt time. All the way down for icing.
Gee.
That whistle is welcomed. That was a lot of time off the clock. We got a little less than 7 minutes left on the clock. Top line's coming back out. Heritage players are talking about it. No doubt they're saying, hey, we need to shut down those passes. We had some really good opportunities there, right?
Absolutely. There were 3 of them.
Yeah.
Really good. Nice passes.
Very nice passes right in front of us here. Only penalty in the game was too many men on the ice call. That went against us, but we were able to kill that penalty. Still, it's 2-1 Heritage right now. Breaking player, very nice whip shot on the turnaround. Good idea, just got picked up by the Heritage keeper. Got 3 players over there. Sabre comes out victorious on that. Heritage works it the other way. 6 minutes left on the clock in the second period. Cross ice pass connects to Sass, who just dumps it in.
Nobody here.
Nobody home. Heritage player fans on it. Bailey's giving chase. Gallagher says no, we're going to keep the zone here.
Back in play. Nope.
Hand is up. That gets called for icing. Two-line pass, icing every time. So, Crunch, while we have this moment, what year do you think hockey got started? What year was that?
1923.
1923. Not even close.
1893.
1875 was the first year of hockey. How about that?
I
And you know what they did?
I was a young guy at that time. I try to remember that.
Just getting started as a young lad then, were you?
I don't think they had the equipment either.
They didn't play with, keepers didn't even have a mask until the 1950s.
Jeez.
So they just played.
They had helmets though, didn't
Oh
they?
yeah, no helmets. No helmets, no masks. They were a little bit more daring, but they played with a wooden puck to get started way back when.
I bet the dentist had a field day.
Oh yeah, that was a record year every year for the dentist. That's why they had all the missing teeth back then. Yeah, it got started in Montreal, Crunch.
That's no surprise.
And
For
the birth
years,
of
they were dominating it.
yeah, they went for a long time.
But
The
I
birth
like
of-
what Colorado's been doing.
Yeah, they've been hot. They're the top of the league.
Right now.
Yeah, if they stay this trajectory, they're gonna have the most points ever in a regular season. That leaked out of the zone. Hand is up. They got to clear the zone. Sass tried to take it off of a zebra. It's bouncing around. We're sub 5 minutes left in the second period. Score still 2-1. Another centering pass. Vaughn was able to pick that up. He's been really good about picking up those passes that are coming behind the keeper, behind the net. Our boys are talking about it. They need to change the trajectory of those activities and actions down there at that end. Time's going to come over for a change-up. Saber's going to pick that up out of the Monument Gulch. Slaps it ahead to a waiting Heritage player. Vaughn slaps that over to the corner. Up to the point it goes. A breaking Sass wasn't able to pick it up. Britton fans that down. Saber's going to come down. He's going to try to, nice little pass there. Back to a breaking Bradley. Backhand pass from Saber to Bradley. Bradley was able to get off another rifle shot. Too bad he wasn't able to duplicate what he did in the first period, but that was a really good teamwork action right there for a good shot. Saber goes to the bench. He gets replaced by Heskett and Lent. Lou's out there too. Centering pass, no one home. Heritage shovels that down near side boards. Goes back to Bradley, who puts it to the corner. There's a minor Monument Gulch over on that side. Centering pass, very dangerous. Bouncing around, and Vaughn reaches out with his stick and pulls that back. Heritage player must have tapped Vaughn. You can't do that.
He's been real hot tonight.
He has been on fire. Playing well tonight.
At least watching them, I can actually see where the puck is. But when Colorado's playing, it's
a blur.
It's dicey. What are those things traveling at?
The hottest shot ever was 108 miles an hour. Can you imagine getting hit by a piece of vulcanized rubber at that speed?
No.
That leaves what's called a permanent dent.
Time to
No
repair
amount
to
of
the
Bondo
bar.
can take that out. Okay, we got 3 minutes left on the clock, and Heritage is they're still logging some more offensive end time. Here comes a shot, goes off of Vaughn's face mask. He adjusts. Weird bounce off the glass. Very hot shot. That was favorable to Heritage. The boys just can't get it out of the dang zone, I tell you. Finally, Van Tal, he shovels that down the length of the ice. Exit pass goes near side boards through center ice. Chips back ahead. Here comes Gallagher. He's going to shovel it into the corner and go for a change. Sass comes back out. Good idea, but Moore wasn't able to regain control of that. Working down to Sass. Heritage player,
Hey, he
keeper.
caught that in his glove.
Yeah, he did. That's good reaction time. Now he just reached up and grabbed that right out of the sky. He's having a good game too. Got to tip my hat. Keeper showed up tonight. Britton's out there. He's going to take the face off. Everything's set up. Nice little hot shot from Sass. Picked up on a quick shot off of the face-off. Okay, another puck drop. Same spot. Sabres trying to pick that up out of the Zebras' feet. Goes Britton's way. Very high shot. If that net was only like 3 feet or 4 feet taller, that would have gone in. Okay. Heritage working it down through center ice. Gets shoved off of the puck. Back to the point. He's going to try to tee it up. He thought about it. Sabres harassing him over there. And Heritage thought about it, but couldn't pull the trigger. 2 minutes left on the clock. Second period. Working through. Britton, he's shoving the other player around. He's going to work behind the keeper. Back up to Sabre, who taps it ahead. Hand is up. We're going to get an icing call. Did you know, Rick? Did you know that in 2006, Audrey Hepburn's little black dress from Breakfast at Tiffany's was auctioned off, get this, for almost $1 million.
In that era.
Yep, 2006, December 5th, 2006. A little bit of history for you, Rick. How about that? $1 million for a dress. Would you pay that?
No, but I'd sure love to own it.
Yeah. Maybe it's increased in value. Who knows? All right, we're back underway. We got about a minute left on this clock in the second period. Our boys once again are trying to get it out of the zone. That one gets paddled in for a very close shot that the crowd let you know they thought that was pretty close. Heritage is working it back into the zone. More offensive time. Looking for a centering pass, no one home. There it goes. Chip couldn't go in. Slaps off the end boards. I think that caught a bit of net down there, so stoppage of play. Here's another little piece of history on today.
Yeah.
1978. Pete Rose signed a 4-year deal for $3.2 million. Pete Rose, he was playing for the Philadelphia Phillies. Nowadays, that would be like, a rookie pay.
Absolutely.
But that's
We're
what he
in
was
the
getting
wrong
there.
profession, old buddy.
Yeah, he was getting paid a lot. That was a lot back then. Here comes Sabre. He's going to try for a breakout. He can't pass it up to himself. Just out of his reach. Bradley's going to send that down. That's icing all day long.
Well, you and Colin both play golf too, don't you?
Yeah, we play golf every now and then. Yep.
What's your handicap? I remember my brother said he played in the low 60s.
I don't think I've been sub with 200 shots in one round in 20 years.
Well, your dad, he always said he played in the low 60s. That was for the first 9 holes.
Sabres working that around, not able to get it out of the zone. Turnover goes the Heritage's way. They get a shot off, but it goes wide. Back over the corner, another shot, chipping around. Sass is looking for an outlet. He gets it up to a breaking Sabre. Works it back to Sass, back into the zone. Gonna get another shot that goes right off of the top bar at the buzzer. A few dangerous turnovers there at the end of the second period.
The Eagles are holding it at their end.
Yeah, they're keeping the minutes high on their end on the offensive side for sure. They're gonna go into the locker room up one score. Our boys have got some things to talk about in the locker room. A couple of guys showing some frustration as they exit the arena. Thanks again for joining us tonight from wherever you are. And again, the folks down there in Argentina, really appreciate you tuning into our broadcast this evening. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back in a minute after the ice cut. But thanks again, and we'll join you again here soon. Okay, folks. Zamboni's work is almost done. A couple more swipes and we're going to be back underway here. I can see the boys gathering in the doorways here. I can see Heritage clear at the other end of the rink. They're coming out of the locker room, so we're just about ready here. Okay, I'm gonna get Rick mic'd up again. There you go. Thanks again for joining us, wherever you are. Really appreciate you having you joining us tonight.
Last pass by the Zamboni.
What's that?
The last pass from the Zamboni.
Yep. So Rick, do you know when the Zamboni was invented?
I would best probably Sargento, Italy.
Yeah, it's got some Italian in it. You're right. But
I
what
didn't
year?
know they played hockey though.
Zamboni was invented in 1949. Which, you know what that means? Somebody had to resurface this thing by hand before that.
No kidding.
That's how they played.
Or did they just run water on it?
Maybe a hose, who knows? I'll have to go check the history books. But an interesting fun fact for you, sir.
I
here's
just
the
wonder how
funnier
they ever
thing.
got that name.
Here's the funnier thing. 1949. Couldn't they come up with something better than that?
No.
Yes, of course.
Well,
The modern era, AI is going to come around and
come up with it.
by
They'll
next
have
week.
one. It'll just go down the ice.
I'm going to ask it tonight.
Lasers. Little pocket
I'm going to be
lasers.
rich tomorrow, folks. I'm going to invent something through AI that scrapes the ice in 30 seconds or less. Okay. No sign of the Zebras yet. They're still on their smoke break. But as soon as they come out of the locker room, we will be back underway. Our boys are coming out of the locker room, down one score, 2-1. Heritage owned that period for sure. They scored 10 seconds in, and then they put another one on the board about midway through. And they're getting a lot of offensive end time. I'm going to take this time to acknowledge a few more of our sponsors. Really appreciate their support. First National Bank of Colorado. It's locally owned and operated since 1901. They've been serving Monument and the Southeast Colorado communities with hometown banking values, agricultural expertise, and personalized financial solutions for over 100 years. So appreciate their support. Also, KHM Attorneys at Law. They've been providing comprehensive family law services with compassionate guidance and skillful advocacy. Founded by Jennifer Nyes, Jennifer Helland, and Kelly McPherson to serve Colorado families with integrity. Appreciate your support. Okay, here come the Zebras finally from their break, and that's going to get the attention of the players. They've got to wait for the nets to be put on their moorings. Once that's done, we'll be underway again. We know this, Zebra. Miguelon. Hey, we got his attention. There we go. Hey. Yeah, we know that one. We go way back. Here come the players, and we're going to be getting underway in the third period here with some fresh ice. Here's a fun fact for you. How about this one, Crunch? Did you know? I can't believe this. Somebody stole the Stanley Cup. 1970. December 5th, 1970. On this date in 1970, somebody broke in and they stole the Stanley Cup.
They get it back?
I don't know. They stole it from the Hockey Hall of Fame. And that wasn't the only thing they stole. They stole the Conn Smythe Trophy and the Bill Masterson Trophy. It was a triple play, I guess, that night. They kept them all together.
Gee.
Isn't that wild? Okay. Period 3 is about to start. We got our line number 1 out there, and here we go. Saber gathers that, scoots it over to Bradley, who works it up the near side boards. Offsides by a hair. Saber was breaking on the left-hand side, the far side, and he broke a little bit too fast. He's got his arms up, and he's saying, "Hey, who, me?" And they're saying, "Yeah, you." People are waving over at the score table. That goes back to Bradley, who just rifles it into the corner. Breaking player there in the middle, Sass, not able to get it through the traffic. He's looking for an outlet, can't do it. He gets an elbow or two. That goes over to a waiting Heritage player that's going to break it up the ice. Sass picks that up, works it past the zebra. Saber gets upended. Now it's going to work down the left-hand side. Again, and we're starting in a deficit here. 2-1 is the score. Two-line pass. We get a stoppage of play. Oh, no, it's a penalty. Somebody's going to the bad boy box. Looks like on Heritage. Yeah, the door is open. Well, we're going to go on the power play, and this power play is brought to you by Crumbl Cookie. They're rotating fresh baked specialty cookies weekly and serving them in that iconic pink box. Over 1,000 locations strong and growing. Thanks for your support, Crumbl Cookie, and you are the sponsor of this power play. 2 minutes is on the board. This power play is happening at 16 minutes, 17 seconds. That drops back to Black. Slapper from... Wow, we have 3 shots in succession. Keeper lost his stick. Still underway. Black shoves that into the keeper again. Going back through the crease, and it works over to the corner. Heritage is going to try to clear this. They're going to work it down the boards and kill some good time off the clock. Actually going to get a shot off. Nice shovel pass through the crease, but went a little bit too wide. Bailey's going to break it down the far side boards. Works it back down the other end. There's a piece of lumber out there at the center ice. Somebody lost their stick. That works it up to Sass, who's going to break it down the ice. He's going to work it through, looking for an outlet pass. Nobody's in the center.
Nobody there.
Nobody home. That leaks out of the zone, pushes it back in. Saber's got to tag up. He does. Now he's giving chase. Saber's got it. He's got all the time in the world. He's working it around. Center pass, works it through, and the Heritage player clears it all the way down the ice. There was a flurry of activity there. They got 3 shots off in succession. That was really good. Moore's working it down. Saber's trailing, and that works right into the glove of the Heritage keeper. 44 seconds left on the power play here. Zebra picks up the left piece of lumber, rolls it back to the bench. Players are trained at an early age. When they drop their stick, they just leave it there. Saber breaks for that one, and it goes to a Heritage player who tries to work it past the point, not able to do so. The second player's, that just trips right over to the glove of the Heritage keeper. We need some more shots, just like the ones that just happened about a minute ago. That would be a nice repeat. Britain tries to win that face-off, not able to do so. It's working back into the corner. That chips back, the Zebra's in the way again. Bradley, rifle shot from where he scored in the first period. Not able to poke that home. Saber picks it up, tries to point it, goes right to a Heritage player who's going to scoot it down lengthwise. 6 seconds left on that power play. Here comes Bradley with a full head of steam, puts on the brakes, works it across to Britton, who's going to try to dig that to the center. Nice centering pass. He pays the price, gets to kiss the boards. Heritage 2-on-1, shot goes way wide. 4 players come together simultaneously, chipping around, dangerous area. Heritage points it, shot, chips around through a few legs. Rowe's going to work that up through the boards. Pokes it through a couple of legs and it chips long into the boards. Oh, rebound, goes right up into the face mask of the keeper. Everybody ends up in a pile up down there. That's a 20-car pile up, I think. Refs are trying to sort it out. I think it was a player that was down on their face, and eventually it got whistled dead. But they're sorting this out, and I think it's going to end up at a face-off outside the zone. Nope, inside the zone. Okay, Black up ends the Heritage player. Wow, they didn't call that, but it was close to boarding. But she got upended. Weird pass off the near side boards to Black. Works it up to a waiting Gallagher, who's going to work it down, try center to Bailey, who's breaking for it behind the net. Nice circle move there to shake Bailey. Works it up to a cross ice pass off the boards near side. Nice poke check. Sends that to the corner. Black has been on fire with his poke checks. Centering pass goes right through the crease to a waiting 16. Breaks it back to the blue line, escapes the zone. Now they got it clear. Vaughn's going to pick that up. Clark works that around to the 7th man, up to Saber. Not able to gather it off the boards. Britton's going to try to get a shot off, goes to the end of his stick. Time's going to break down there to the center ice. Nice little deke there. Bradley was able to poke that out of the danger zone. Hot shot goes right into the breadbasket of Vaughn, who shuts it down. All right, we got line number 1 out there. Britton, Saber, Sass, Time, and Bradley. Got 12 minutes on the clock to even up the score here. Heritage is playing a really solid game tonight. Britton gets excused. Sass steps in for the face-off. Goes Bradley. He scoots it around the boards to Saber, who's not able to collect it. That's going to go full length of the ice, and there's the whistle. Britton showing some frustration down there on the end boards. We're going to come back for round 2 on this face-off. Face-off, Saber giving chase. Can't poke it out of the zone. Saber's trying to work it. Chips back to Vaughn. He's just going to go ahead and cover that up. That's going to go right back to Vaughn again. Heskett shovels that down, the arms up, we're going to get another face-off. That's 3 icings in a row. Sometimes you got to do that, but that one was a little bit sketch. I do got to hand it to these boys. These boys, they really lay it out through the course of the week. They have several practices, and then they have games on the weekends. I mean, this is an everyday sport for sure, and it's not only at this level, it's all the way up to the professional level. They play every single day up at that level. Oh, big hit. Heritage likes it. My goodness, Lent, he's still shaking that one off. He got completely upended. Heritage looking to point this. They're working it around the horn. Slapper goes right beside the goal. Good shot, low and fast. Heritage is showing some physicality right now. And I tell you, man, I tell you, Lent, he got a couple of bad hits on that round. Really took it over by the scorer's table. Okay, here comes Heritage. He's going to try to get a shot off. Short side, centering pass, chips up through traffic, goes center ice. Galler's going to try to chase that down. Not able to catch up to it.
Yeah.
Heritage is getting some pretty good opportunities here in the third period. Needs to go the other way. 10 minutes left on the clock in the third. Centering pass gets picked up by Clark. He's going to work it up through the center ice. Solo effort. Chips around in traffic. Gets shoveled to him. That was easy to pick up. He saw that the whole way. Rolled right into his glove and he covered it up. Line change. We got Moore, Saber, Britton, Clark, that is Black, and Sass. That's your lineup. A little bit of 80s music here. Gotta like that. Saber picks it up, works through the gulch, loses the handle, goes back to Britton. Here comes Heritage the other way. It's a 2-on-1 break. Nice shot. Vaughn was able to pick that up with his right pillow. Another really good save from Vaughn. That came in really fast, low, and hot. Sass is going to work that up to a breaking Saber. He's going to go down and he's going to try to poke it in just wide. Just wide. Nice little breakout pass there. And Saber was able to stretch that for a shot. Heritage trying to center that. It gets picked up again by Heritage. Backhand pass gets picked up by Clark. Clark works it down the boards. That's going to be called for icing.
The other end.
Again. Saber was open right there in the middle again, and Clark wasn't able to pick him up for a pass.
True, yeah.
Nice little breakout from Saber there to get a shot off. It just went just wide of the near side pipe. We got 9 minutes left on the clock in the third period. Our lineup is in place. Moore takes, no, that's Rowe taking the face off there. Big hit there. Helen hammered the player against the boards, and then that gets paid off the other end. Tracy took a major hit down there by their number 14. He's going to get called for roughing. Looks like he's going to shake it off. These players, they get up and they just get back in it. I tell you, man, hockey players, they're built different. Okay, we got a power play, much needed. There's some discussion with the Zebras, seeing what they're going to sort out. But I want to call out a sponsor here. This power play is brought to you by Antlers Hotel. It's the historic Antlers, a Wyndham hotel right in the heart of downtown Colorado Springs. They've been around since, get this, Rick, 1883. Stunning views of the mountains and elegantly restored rooms. How about that? If you're looking for a place to stay, Antlers Hotel, that's who you want to stay with. They've been around for a while and they know what they're doing, obviously.
I don't know. I remember the Brown Palace when it was the tallest building in Denver.
Yeah, that ain't no more.
3 floors.
Yep. Okay, Bradley's going to work that down to Britton, who chips it into the zone. Easy pickup for Heritage. He's going to send it all the way back down, or try to anyway. Moore's looking for an outlet. Leaves it for Bradley. Our boys can't gain the zone there. Saber's going to work it back up. There goes Bradley. Leaves it for Sass. Sass trying to get it over to a waiting Saber. Saber's going to pick it up, chip it ahead to the keeper. Picks it up and slaps it out. That's going to go down full length of the ice. Sass is going for a change out. Britton's getting pushed around over there. Moore's going to work it up through center ice. Gains the zone, drops it off. Our boys have to wait for the puck to get in the zone. Bradley brings it. Saber's breaking through the crease. Couldn't connect. That goes back to Gallagher, who works it across. Slapper from Moore. Nice idea. Nice shot there. Goes off the stick of the keeper into the corner. We got 30 seconds left on this power play. A trip. No hand goes up. Black's going to pick that up, and he's going to shovel it ahead. He's thinking about it. Clark is out there. He works it right back to Black. Tee it up, son. Circle around. Got 13 seconds left. Centering pass goes off of the side of the net. There's a nice idea. Gallagher tees it up. Oh! And it ricochet almost went in.
Jeez, that was
That
close.
was very close. Shipping around in the center, and we're back to full strength hockey here both ways. Centering pass, dangerous area, couldn't keep it in the zone. Pantel picks that up, shovels it ahead to a waiting Clark.
Nice pass.
That was a nice pass, just went off the end of its stick. Saber's back out there. Leaks out of the zone. There's Saber, he's got it, he shovels it back up to Britton. Shoots it across for a turnover. It's working back around. The Zebra's got his hands up. Bradley shifts wings the other way. Moore pushes it up to Saber. Chips it in. Britton's going to give chase. Saber picks it back up. Centering pass right through the crease. Nobody able to chip it home. We're getting a little good, some good offensive end time here. Saber fans on that. Heritage is just happy to get it out of their zone. Nice defensive play by Bradley. Centering pass dangerous. Vaughn just covers. Okay, we've got Heskett, Lent, we've got Black. Lent picks it up, he's going to shovel it up. Gets batted down there in the center ice. That's going to go up and hit the ceiling. That's a first for today's game. We've got 5 minutes and 33 seconds exactly to level this game. Still 2-1 Heritage. Chips up to Lens, trying to kick it around. Black's going to shovel it across to Clark, who's going to work it up the back to Black. Goes through Black's skates, work it up the boards and out. Nope, that hit somebody, so no icing. Players are calling for it. That's going to go for icing. Nope. I thought that was icing for sure. So did Vaughn. Clark's going to work that up through traffic. Still giving chase. Goes back beyond the net. Gains control of it, but gets it back to Black. He's going to tee it up for a shot. It's bouncing around. Goes wide. Down on the end boards. Here comes Bailey off the bench, giving chase. That one gets caught up and someone skates. Bouncing around. Bailey's trying to fish it out. Hot shot. Vaughn was able to pick that up. It's in the end boards. Player sandwiches. Nice little shot there. Just wide of the end pipe. That was very close. That leaks out of the zone. That was a dangerous shot there. Vaughn has showed up tonight. I mean, that kid has played it lights out. This game is, he has played really well this evening. Very impressive. Bradley works that up to a Bradley. He's trying to get it to Banhout, but he couldn't do it. It's in the zone. Heritage has owned that neutral zone tonight. They have just owned it. Nice shot. Again, Vaughn was able to pick that up and shut it down. But back to my comment, I tell you, they have shown some real spirit there in the neutral zone. By the way, I passed it by the production crew. I wanted to get one of these mics on one of the players and have them
in real time.
Yeah, get a mic them up. But that hadn't been approved by the.
Also a sport camera.
Yes, why not? That's chipping around in the center. I'm going to see if I can't get that approved by the board. We'll see. I think that'd be fun, don't you?
I do.
Centering pass to Saber, goes right off his stick. They couldn't get it through all that traffic that was there in the crease. Almost a breakout, but poke check from Bradley shut that off. That goes way out of the zone. Saber needs to pick up some speed here. That looked like offsides to me, but they didn't call it. Black works that up to the center ice. Britton works that across to Saber, who's going to try for a shot. Easy pickup by Heritage. They're changing, so this is an opportunity. Black is looking for an outlet.
Yeah.
Hot shot through the crease. Too hot to chip home. Saber's going to go for a breather. 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. That works down to the end boards. Clark's trying to pick that up. Works around, shot, goes up and hits somebody in the head. Ouch. That's why they wear helmets. Anyway.
Glad we're behind the net here, man. There's a few good ones that could have pounded it.
Yes, I am very happy for this net. Okay, Bradley's working that up the boards to Bantow. Can't quite get it. Scoops it ahead to Sass. He's going to go for a change. Saber's coming off the bench hot. That's going to go full length. Bradley's going to work that up. You're going to probably see Vaughn go to the bench here any second. Got a minute and a half left on the clock. And we're looking at the coaches. And he's going to get waved in. Not yet. He's going to get another save. He's going to hold it. We got a minute 17 on the clock, and we're probably going to see an empty net here in a second. 1 minute 17 seconds left on the clock, and Vaughn is. Oh, there you go. They called a timeout. Okay, we're going to have a timeout here.
Who called that?
LP called that timeout.
Yeah.
We'll timeout to get the strategy together. They got the whiteboard out and they're talking about it. We don't see it at this level, but the average number of pucks that go into the stands at the NHL level every game, take a guess.
15.
30 times 2 that. A lot of souvenirs go over the wall in the NHL level. You got to pay attention there, or else you're going to wear one. Another dentist thing.
Oh, they don't have full compromise like this, huh?
No, they've got open sides, and the speed of play at that level is so extreme that they lose it. And some players, during the warm-ups especially, they scoop them over for the kids to have as a souvenir.
Oh.
I don't know if they count those or not, but that's just an interesting stat that's been flashed before me by our production crew here. 30 pucks every game, on average. Okay, the timeout is over, and we've got 1 minute and 17 seconds to right the ship. Starting lineup is out there. Britton is trying to gain possession of it. The Zebra couldn't get out of the way. Scoots around to Saber. He's going to chip it ahead to Bradley, who's going to make the breakout here. There goes Vaughn to the bench. And we're going to have 6-on-5 hockey here. Extra skater on the ice. And let's see if we can get a shot off. Centering pass goes through the crease. Working back to Saber. They got to pick this thing up. Black is making a break for it. He slaps it up the boards and out. Up the boards. Britton makes his break for it. Bradley slapping it around in the corner, trying to get possession. Sass gets upended. Scoop to the center. Saber couldn't put that home on the near side.
Still
He's got it again.
Still time
and he's
to do
going to
it.
shovel it ahead, and then we're going to get a breakout. And in the net it goes, and this is going to end 3-1. Unfortunate turn of events there. The net was open, and we had an errant pass that went right to Heritage player, and he broke it out. Scores 3-1 with 18 seconds left on the clock. Vaughn comes back out, and he's going to man the net for the rest of the game. That is not what we were looking for.
Not at all.
But we had a couple of shots down there at that end, and that was aided by the extra skater. But time's going to leak off the clock here, and Heritage is going to come out with a win. Heritage showed up to really play this game tonight. They played very well. You got to hand it to them. A lot of opportunities. Vaughn was awesome in the goal, and
Well,
good matchup tonight. But that's the first win of the season for Heritage. They've got something to celebrate as they travel back to Denver, and our boys are going to drop another one. Their record's going to go 1-2-1 after tonight's game. Well, there you go. Another one in the record books. I want to thank again Rick for joining me in the box
been
here.
a pleasure.
Really, I don't know if we've ever had a fan come as far as you did for a game, but really
Can I
appreciate
come back again?
You're always invited. I don't know what the schedule is for our next game, but we'll get that information out to you through your families. Thanks again for joining us, and the folks that are watching down there in Argentina tonight, really appreciate your viewership. That's awesome. Nice handshake to close it out there at center ice, and just want to show a level of appreciation for our players, our coaches, the Zebras, of course. They played fair tonight, and just had a good contest.
Well, good night, Chet.
Yep. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us again, and we'll talk to you again really, really soon.